So we are, as I've said from my previous videos, we are in fall, as you can see. I'm out for my usual walk, so I just wanted to catch a video about fall, how it's a period of change, as you can see. The leaves are turning different colors, yellow, orange, others red. They are falling down as the wind is blowing. The trees are preparing for the winter in the country I'm living in Norway, as shedding off the leaves to prepare for the winter, which is called to stand naked without any leaves around, as I can say. So, around this period of fall, all the way from September, now we are in October, as you can see, the trees, they're all looking beautiful. I've always said I like fall. But the most important thing that I relate with this, I'm just going to um, talk a little bit about it, is that when we look into fall, there's a lot of change that comes in between in fall, and it's harvest period. It's change in the country I'm living in. The weather turns, change preparation for winter. It starts to turn cold, and at the same time, you also realize that it's turning more darker, and yeah, we change the clothes that we wear. Like, I've been going for a walk, and in most cases, I'm using light clothes, but right now I've started using long sleeved, a little bit wool thick, to keep myself for warm. And gradually we change from a little bit warmer clothes to more warmer wool when it comes to winter. It's like it starts slowly and our mindset adjusts to it, from warm summer to preparation to winter. And that's where in fall we start to prepare. There are changes we make. We make changes in our homes. We take off the summer clothes. That's in parts of the world where they experience winter, or yes, or the weather changes. You find that birds also in this country, in Norway, they tend to now move in a flock to travel to countries which are warmer. Some to Australia, some go all the way to Africa. And they gather and go in a flock. And this I observe it, it has been happening. Some birds have already traveled. You find that the whole universe, there are so many things that are happening, and that as we human also, there are lots of changes that happen in our life, but in most cases we don't realize how fall is the most important. The fall months are the most important months for our human change. That I would say. Oh, sorry, somebody's just passing. Uh, I will edit that probably, if her face is not in the camera. Um, what I would like to say, that change happens September, October, November. And as human, we need to look into this as a period also of realizing change in your life. We have all these months that come in. You know, December, we are looking forward to celebrating. As a Christian, we celebrate Christmas. January is a New Year's resolution. January takes all. We have all these plans. And then comes spring, we are celebrating Easter and starting to look forward to a new, different weather after being through the dark days. Then we go to summer. We are looking into summer holidays, different things. But fall, which is September, October, November, these are the most important months in our life, that I would, if you agree with me, it's a month that change happens in our life. In everything, you turn to change. you have to learn to change your mindset. This is a month of achievement. This is a month, what have you harvested in your life from the resolution you put to yourself in January? Although sometimes we come up with all these New Year's resolution, but in most cases, 10% is what we achieve from all what we have put. But do you come in September and start to think of, I set New Year's resolution. What did I achieve? Now it's a moment for me to harvest, to see what I have put effort in from the beginning of the year. This came in my mind because I realized that I'm a very deep thinker, and when I look into things, I try to build sometimes hypothesis, or my intuition guides me, and I get to realize that, wow, if the plants, for example, have changes, the weather changes, it affects us human also, but sometimes we do not put this into consideration, that we also have change in our life as human. What change has occurred in your life? We plant crops, like now in Norway here, they have been harvesting different types of crops that they plant, the corn, the potatoes, the onions, the carrots, all these are period of harvest. And usually right now, actually, it has just come in my mind, we are in autumn holidays, and with Norway, okay, sorry, just I have to stop from here for a while to allow people go. So just as I was saying, that it's fall, and we are in autumn holiday, and in Norway, according to history, the autumn holiday, by then it was for people to have holidays with their children, to be able to harvest, to help in taking out crops, plants that has been that they grew, so that they harvest and keep it and prepare for winter. It's a moment, we get 1 week holidays just to prepare, like to have to prepare yourself for winter that is coming. So right now we are in winter, or I mean autumn holiday. Mark me correct, might have mixed up. We are in autumn holiday, for us to prepare to have that holiday, to adjust and prepare for winter, because when we get back, I'm so sure in some parts of Norway, it's already snowing, but we here, it's not yet snowing. But the moment we are getting back, then it's going to start. The snow will start coming. The weather is going to change. Actually, next week, today is a Sunday, but next week, I've already seen the weather forecast. It's just rain, 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 rain. So it's the weather changes. So right now, we are preparing. Everything is preparing. It's change. We are all preparing. Even the birds, the trees, human, everything. There's change occurring. It might not be in some parts of the world. Like, of course, in Uganda also we do harvest now, and I think children are they in holidays or going back to school? I think they are going back to school. If I don't remember, I don't remember. Yeah, but I would say that around this period also there is harvesting. They store food, they keep food that was planted some months back. Now they are taking them out of the garden and keeping them in my country, where I come from, in the village where I born. We had granaries, like made out of grass thatched, and trees, I mean, like with the tree branches, and they make it like a basket form, but very big. And there, that's when they will pour millet, or they pour dry nuts, or they pour different kind of foods, corns. They store in there. It is like our storage. And every food is taken and they put out to dry, and afterwards they put in. And in the granary, it was us, the children, who were to they send us, we climb it and pour in, and then it will be covered. So you find that change occurs around this time. So I want to just ask you, what change is happening in your life now? There are so many different changes that are happening in my life right now. Of course, I'm preparing for winter. I'm also looking forward to what have I achieved from the beginning of the year to now. So there are lots of changes that happen in our life, and so does it happen to me? It does happen to other things, other human, but we need to consider, what change do you want to make in your life right now? What change? I have so many different things that I also want to change in my life. I want to adjust. I want to check. For example, if I talk in my house now, so the coming week, I'm going to change my wardrobe, take off all the clothes that are for summer or what, and I put in the winter clothes in the right place. So all the summer clothes, I'm putting them aside. I'm making changes. Plants in my house. I have so many plants. I'm a love of plants in the house. It's like there's how I connect with the plants in my house, and I don't feel bored if the kids are not there. I'm like checking my plants, like making sure they're all flourishing. They are what, if one is not really whatever, the leaves are not so green very well, I find out what is happening, what haven't I given it, than condemning it like, oh, this plant is not growing, oh, this is not, uh, what have I not done well that has not made that plant to grow? Because sometimes we go immediately to condemn, not knowing that maybe we have not given it enough water, enough soil, to or sunshine to get to for it to have chlorophyll. uh, and these are the things I'm now doing, like removing them from the side where they will not be receiving enough sunshine in winter, and putting them to the sides where they are going to receive the little sun that comes in between, because we receive very few hours of light in winter. But I make sure that I provide, I put them where they are able to get the natural light from out. So that's what I'm going to be occupied of. And also having time to just see other friends before the winter fall, because even in winter it's not easy to visit. Catch up with friends who live a little bit further from where I live, just to relax and talk and prepare for the winter, and they have more time, children having time visiting their friends. So this is the period of change, preparing for the winter that is coming. The plants, these the trees, you can see how they are, the leaves are starting fall, like you see this has lost the leaves already. It's preparing for winter so that it stands there ready for winter. Because when if it was having winter with these leaves, the snow is going to fall on it and it will fall down. It will, the weight of the snow will make the trees fall. So it has to shed the leaves to stand strong, to stand naked, I would say, without the leaves, to be able to just let this, when the snow comes, it just falls down on the ground, not remaining on the leaves. So you can sometimes, I think we need to think logically in our life while certain things happen. But that logical thinking is sometimes which we human we struggle with. And and now I'm starting to talk about thinking logically. In most cases, if we brook our, if brook is actually a Norwegian word, if we use logical thinking or think logically, we will be able to live on this earth or on this world without so many different mistakes and grudges we get through. The world wouldn't be the way it is. The wars that are happening around, if we could sit down and think logically that what is exactly making us fight, at some point we are all going to leave this world, or one by one we'll be perishing, and what we are fighting for, we are not going to go with it in the grave, but we are people killing each other, innocent people being murdered, because we are not thinking using our logical thinking skills. So I don't want to go more further deeper in that. The point today was change, fall. My two children are born in fall. I celebrate my son's birthday was last week, 28th September. He turned 19. This month, 31st October, my son is turning 10, the youngest one. And I'm so blessed that God gave me these boys in fall, a period of harvest. And my daughter was born 22nd January, who she will be a teenager by then. But I celebrate January as a New Year's resolution, a year of planning, of celebration, of ambitions. Then God, boom, gave me her. So all my children are born in months that I'm like, wow, did God plan this? But I sit down and I think of all these things and I really appreciate God for all the plans He has for me and to let me be able to grow and see things in different ways and see change happening. So everything that is in your life is for a reason. Eh? And they ask me, oh, mom, you're born in spring. Yes, in spring is a mild month. May is a mild month. Plants are starting to grow. Flowers are coming, That's why your mother, yeah, then I tell them that's why your mother is who she is, because she was born in a mild month. So there are things that I connect with. I connect with the nature. As we human, we are also natural people. We are not man-made. We are natural. We are not artificial. So connect with the nature. That's why I'm really so connected with the nature these days. Be blessed. I hope you receive change, you see change in your life around this period, preparing for winter, or wherever you are, you're harvesting. It could not be winter in every part of the world. There are different other things, changes that happen around this. Work towards change in your life. Be blessed. Talk to you again. Bye for now.